the early stages of crypto and that kind of thing. We were kind of toying around with that and getting all excited by that kind of stuff, and I liked kind of hacking things together and making things work, and always trying to kind of figure out, like, never really getting into trouble, but just being just on the border of it, which I think is what you. Yeah. But that's what you need in a startup kind of world. You need to know, like, how can you push this space? What can you do differently? How can you not just follow what the trend is and figure things out, really?
I think that's a really good analogy, actually, because my wife, and she would admit this, is the opposite of that. So if there's a rule book, she's a solicitor, so she's a lawyer and she sticks to the rules. Like, if that's the rule, that's it. As where I'm like the opposite, where, okay, I get the rule, but my interpretation of it is to do that. But also for a lot of entrepreneurs, founders and stuff, by its very nature, you're challenging the status quo, because if you believed that what was currently existed was as good as it could be, you wouldn't bother. So what's often a common theme with people I speak to is that they often have that streak where they just want to test the line, or just go completely over the line and just see. But it's that rebellious streak that not everyone has. But actually, sometimes you could argue, to really push society forward, you need those outliers that will just go and just see what happens, even if it explodes. If anything, that just tells the rest of the tribe, okay, don't do that. That was dangerous.
Yeah, sure. And I think when pushing boundaries and things, the misconception is, you're not saying, like, I think this is right. Mm-hmm. You're trying to say, I'm trying to work out if this is right. What is the reaction to this? What do people think? How is this going to be received by the tribe? Like you say, I'll report back later and tell them to do this or not to do it. It's not saying, I think this is right. It's saying, I wonder whether this is right or not, and, like, figure it out. And I think it was yourself that introduced me to the term, is it blue ocean thinking?
Yeah, blue ocean strategy. Yeah.
Blue strategy, yeah. So trying to figure out there, what are the things that we believe to be true right now?
The common assumptions.
What can we change based on that kind of thing?
Yeah, and but genuine, the whole blue ocean strategy thing, just to anyone that might tune in. So it's all to do with, if you have a common assumption that is standard in an industry. So for me, with business education, for university type stuff, you always needed buildings and big teams and lecturers and curriculums and all this kind of stuff. And actually, if you look at anyone in the market, they all do the same thing. And actually, if you go on Udemy and YouTube and whatever, they all have 100,000 plus courses, Skillshare, that you can go on and do all this stuff. And it's all about, it's an arms race to do more. Blue Ocean Strategy is looking at, okay, well, why do actually you need 100,000 courses? Why do you need buildings? Why do you need that? And actually, you can purposely pivot on the weak point of thing that you think otherwise. So for instance, with the roadmap, we offer one course. It's all remote. We don't have university accreditation. We don't have a big team, but it means that we can do it for free to help people that wouldn't have access. But the idea being, if everyone looks this way and they're going more, and it's big arms race, the red ocean, it's all the blood in the water for competing in the same space. The blue ocean is to look at, okay, well, actually, I see what they're doing, but I'm going to try this. And just for anyone that didn't know the background, it's that thing of where I think a lot of the best people have done that and tried that, because it doesn't have to work, as you say, but you're not then competing head to head against people with 100 times the budget and profile and stuff. So have you ever actually implied or used that with any of the stuff that you're doing?
I mean, definitely not deliberately, because it was a term that I think you introduced me to a few months ago. So, and I never thought of it as if, I just kind of took it as a term, as a good term. But I guess, yeah, if you're a fish in the sea, you don't want to be in the red ocean where everyone's fighting each other. You want to be in the nice blue ocean. I hadn't kind of made that analogy.
No, but what's quite, and it's just one of my personality traits, is that where did I first discover it? I'm not even sure. But I'll go on YouTube, I'll watch it, and I watch this one video. And the video itself was an hour, so I watched it like 1.5 speed. And actually the video was really good. So I bought the book, and the book was like 300 pages. But the book didn't actually teach me anything that the 1 hour free talk didn't. But it just blew my mind, and I was instantly on it. I was like, oh, I love this stuff. But it can make such a difference. And part of the reason, I'm not even sure how I discovered it, it might have been on a podcast. It's this education and knowledge and sharing of real live actual stuff is a completely different way to do broadcasts. You know what I mean? And it's just, I love people that just push and change and stuff and try things and fail. And